One, buckle my two, buckle my shoe. Willie Epteen Jr. ShakeBack Sports Show, OT baby. It's been a while since I talked to y'all on the OT. Hope everybody is doing well. Hope everybody is enjoying the holiday season. And of course, if I am on, that must mean we have something special going on, and you know that we do. This young man is no stranger to the ShakeBack Media Group, or to me, that for that matter, I've known this individual since he was maybe like 2 or 3 years old. I'm not going to tell the stories about some of the things he did back in the day, but that's neither here nor there. I am talking about none other than Michael Hunter Jr., assistant coach for the Oklahoma State Cowboys. Go Pokes. I'm going to bring him in here in just a minute, but before I do that, you already know what we got to do. Let's go get it. Let's go. Everybody, you already know what it is when you hear that music. It is time for another edition of the ShakeBack Sports OT, baby. First time on the OT that I've talked to you guys in a minute. Thank you guys for checking us out on Facebook Live, as well as YouTube Live, as well as Twitter. And as I said, this gentleman is no stranger to the show. His family and my family, we're family. He's been on the ShakeBack Sports Show a couple times. He was on the End Zone Sports Show with us a while back when he was knocking heads off at Oklahoma State. Now he has dipped his toe into the coaching ranks, and he is back at Oklahoma State, where he is a assistant coach on the defensive side. Talking about none other than the nephew, Michael Hunter Jr. Scoot, welcome to the show, man. What's going on?
Man, I'm doing great, Says. Appreciate it. It's always a pleasure. Appreciate you welcoming me back. I'm looking forward to this segment.
Yes, sir, man. And you already know what it is, man, how we do it. Again, you know, you welcome anytime. I know you got a lot of things going on there in Stillwater with the family and the kids and the other kids. I think maybe about 80 of them on the team that you kind of have to stand guardian over a little bit. So, of course, Oklahoma State now headed to the PlayStation Fiesta Bowl out in the desert, going up against a very good Notre Dame squad. Before we actually get to that, though, I have to ask you. I have to get your thoughts on that game in the Big 12 championship game here at the Boss Hog Bowl in Dallas against Baylor. Was that not one of the most entertaining games that you have been a part of, either as a fan, coach, or player?
Oh, no doubt. Of course, it was heartbreaking the way it ended on our side of things, but yeah, talking about stress levels at an all-time high. You could, like I said, as a fan, as a coach, as a player, you can only imagine how we were feeling during the game. From beginning to the end, almost. It was, like I said, it was a great game, and like I said, it didn't go the way we wanted it to go as far as the end result. But man, this team had a great season. I wouldn't want to have been there with anyone else.
And the game that we're talking about, of course, is the Big 12 championship game between Baylor and OK State. I watched the game because I was really anticipating having you on as a coach on the team that is going to the college football playoff. But when they say like that this is truly a game of inches, that is exactly what it was. When I can't remember the you could tell the people out there the name of the running back for your team that actually just came up that short. What was his name again? Because I know the other your home run hitter was out because of an injury. So this kid stepped in and he played a pretty good game. It's just one of those plays, man. Just one of those plays. How did you guys address the team afterwards? I mean, it was like you said, I was heartbroken for y'all, man. Mm-hmm. How did y'all address the team after it was all said and done here in Dallas?
Really similar. His name was Desmond Jackson, by the way.
Okay, yeah.
Really similar to what I kind of just said. Like I said, of course, as competitors and of the game, like we were all hurt, but man, we let them know, like, man, like you said, it's a game of inches, and we just happened to come on the short end of the stick, but we were extremely proud of them. Like I said, it was truly them. that got us to this point, and no, we didn't want to take anything for granted, and basically let them know that your hard work would not go unnoticed. Well, we gonna basically it didn't end the way we wanted. We didn't end up in the college football playoff. We knew after that loss what that result was going to be, but we let them know we were still proud of them. And like I said, game it's a game of inches, and we just happened to come up on the wrong side of it.
Yeah, and but what came out of it, like you said, it was a tremendous season for the Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
11-2 going into this bowl, this major bowl, New Year's Six. That's nothing to sneeze at. Back in the BCS bowls, when they were, or the BCS days when they were rotating the bowl games for national championship purposes, the Fiesta Bowl would be one of those games in that rotation. So this bowl game is nothing to sneeze at. And I don't want to say what the payout is, primarily because I don't know, but it's a huge opportunity, especially for the younger guys that you have on the squad that can actually get a taste of what it's like to be in this big time, one of a kind type of bowl. And then, of course, your seniors that you have on the squad, who we're going to talk about a couple of here in just a minute, for them to go out on a note where they can actually be the Fiesta Bowl champions and put a cap on a very, very, very good season. Beat Oklahoma in Bedlam, which was crazy. I saw that game as well. Had the one hiccup in Ames against Iowa State. I think you guys lost that game by 3 points.
Yes, sir.
And yeah, and me and your dad actually talked about that game. I was like, man, what happened? Man, you know how your dad talks, man. They went up to the A's, man. They So I was like, yo, man, but I told him, I said, I think they still gonna be all right because they still have it all out in front of them. Mm-hmm. That was the OU game, of course, and then what you guys did, I think the defense gave up like maybe, I want to say, 27 points over the span of 3 games there towards the end of the season.
Yes, sir.
3 against Kansas, I think it was 3 against Texas Tech, and then 21 at West Virginia, but all those were wins, right?
Yep, all were wins. We actually pitched a shutout against Texas Tech. We won that game 23-0. But like you said, man, we played lights out pretty much majority of the season on the defense side of the ball, and as a team, we played great football. And you have to go 11-2, which is our final record as it stands right now. But like you said, we're elated to go to the Fiesta Bowl. So it's like you said, it's the modern day BCS Bowl. That's what it is. It's one of the BCS bowls. It's a top 10 matchup. And as you know, you've grown up probably watching the Notre Dames and the USCs of the world. These kind of like we call blue bloods in basketball. This one of the blue blood schools of football. So we're looking forward to playing Notre Dame and looking forward to going down to Arizona and playing in front of a great crowd and in a great stadium.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's University of Phoenix Stadium now. I know it was State Farm Stadium at one time, but that's neither here nor there because it's a gorgeous facility, both inside and out. I've had the privilege of passing by it on the outside when I was out there. I haven't gone on the inside as of yet, but one day, sports bucket list item. So with the squad being 11-2 and really taking the Big 12 regular season title from OU and all the rest, that's a huge accomplishment in itself. Let's talk about your guys on defense because you got some studs over there. And I want to say, Mike, that this is definitely not my generation and your dad's generation. This is not our generation of the Big 12 conference as we have known it, because defense was definitely optional back in those days, and it really wasn't that long ago, probably even before the time you got there. So discuss how you've seen the change in the way that the football game is played in the Big 12 now from when you were playing or even a little bit before that until what we've seen this past year.
Yeah, like you said, the procession of the Big 12, and I think it still is, honestly, is they throw a lot of balls, score a lot of points, don't play defense. That's the procession. But we wanted to change that, and we wanted to basically create a standard, defend an inch. It don't matter where you place the ball. We gonna defend the inch. We out there. We gonna try to take care of the business and do what we do. So I think, like you say, the coaches, we create the standard, but the guys and the players are the one that bought in and made it come to fruition. So, man, like you said, it was all like you said, it's great players, great pieces, great players make great defenses and great teams. So, I give credit to those guys. We just calling plays. They out there making all the tackles, making the interceptions, making all the sacks. So, man, it's they bought in, and I think it's gonna be like this for a long time around here because we got great, not only great older players but great young players that are buying in.
Mm-hmm. And listen to this, ladies and gentlemen. This is from a team in the Big 12. The Oklahoma State Cowboys finished 12 in the nation in total defense, second in the nation in third down opposing third down conversion at 26%, second in the country from a Big 12 team. That's how you can tell that things have turned around in Stillwater, and ultimately it's probably going to catch on everywhere else in the conference as well. Would you say so, Mike?
Oh yeah, no doubt. Say we're attracting bigger and better defensive players, and we like I said, the perception is starting to hopefully turn the tide and go the other way, and let the country know, and the rest of college football nation know, hey, we're here to play defense from here on out.
And the spearhead of your defense is senior linebacker Malcolm Rodriguez, 112 tackles on the year. He also had a couple of sacks, a couple of pass breakups. Talk about him being the heart and soul of that defense.
Oh, no doubt. Say we have a lot of seniors on the team, but no doubt about it. Say at the middle linebacker position, he's the heart and soul, and even a better kid off the field. That was makes him so special, in my opinion. He's a yes sir, no sir kid. Take care of his business. He cares about his teammates more than himself. So it's the type of kid that you want on any team. So not only for his skills on the field, but off the field, he's a true leader, and he's not the only one. We got the Harvell Pills of the teams, the Jarricks, the Tanners, the Devin Harpers, the D line, Brock Martin, Tyler Lacey. A lot of guys that have bought in and made sure that they've created a standard for the young guys. So when they do leave this place, it will continue on for years to come.
Yeah, and you mentioned Tyler Tanner McAllister, 5 pass breakups. You also mentioned you mentioned Tyler Lacey as well. And the D line anchored by Devin Harper, who you also mentioned, 6 sacks on the year, and also Brock Martin. He had 7 sacks for you guys this season. Mm-hmm. So with all that being said, we know what we know what Notre Dame can do. We saw them, or the last time I saw them was against you or against Stanford. Shout out to my boy Jonathan McGill. He's a safety for Stanford from right here in Coppell, Texas. He's been on the show plenty of times. So we saw what they did against them, and they're led by the quarterback, Mr. Crone. What is it on film that you've seen from that Notre Dame Fighting Irish offense that will, quote unquote, have you stand up late at night?
Yes, the truth. We will. They create a lot of problems. So they have great skill set on the outside. The receivers are really good. Like I said, Cone is the senior. He's a transfer from Wisconsin. Started a lot of games there. Went to a Big Ten championship a few times there. Went to a Rose Bowl while he was there at Wisconsin. So he's a proven winner, and obviously he's brought on Notre Dame to going 11-1 and taking them to the Fiesta Bowl and the number 5 team in the country. So he's really good at what he do. He manages the offense well. He throws every ball well, the deep ball, the out routes, the glances, the slants. So like you said, we're gonna be up a lot of nights trying to get ready to slow down this offense. They're really good at what they do, and hopefully but like I said, I think we're really good at what we do too, and it should be a great matchup in my opinion.
Yeah, and you hit the nail on the head. 6'3", 223 pounds. Mm-hmm. Definitely got the prototypical size for an NFL quarterback. He can make all the throws as well. Their running game is stout as well. Yeah. Although they don't really rush the ball, typically like what you would see from a Notre Dame squad back in the day. Mm-hmm. But they do have a 1,000-yard rusher on that squad, but for the one hiccup against the Bearcats earlier in the year, mm-hmm. man, we could be talking a whole different story as far as Notre Dame being in the Final Four as opposed to Cincinnati, even Michigan, or even those other teams there. So that's definitely a huge challenge that you guys have in front of you. And look, They ain't there for no reason. They didn't get there just because. Now, of course, they got a brand new head coach. Shout out to the new coach for getting that job, as Brian Kelly has gone off to LSU. And look, I think that they're going to be riding that momentum of I think it's Coach Freeman, right? Yeah, Coach Freeman.
Yes, sir.
I think they're going to be riding that momentum. What have you guys said to your players, if anything, at this point about really withstanding that first initial punch on offense and on defense and special teams for that matter?
We haven't really said much as far as that standpoint of the game yet. We're more so just working on our side of things and our game plan on how we're trying to slow them down. I guess as it get closer to the game and as we get to Arizona, we'll try to transition into making sure we're ready to start the game fast and continue that juice throughout the entirety of the game. But right now, we're more so focused on making sure we got the game plan down and focusing on the things that we think that will hurt us against Notre Dame. So, but like you said, as time goes, we'll make sure we focus on those things because they start fast, and we know we'll have to start fast to match their energy.
Yeah, and something else too I noticed, nephew, is that Notre Dame has scored the brunt of their points in the second and in the fourth quarter.
Mm-hmm.
They're one of the leading teams in the nation as far as fourth quarter scoring goes. So even if the Pokes get up, to a sizable lead, it won't be safe because this team has proven that they can come back, and Cone has been the engineer behind all of that. So definitely something to look out for there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, man. I told you I was going to hold you for 25 minutes or less. I'm going to do that, but I do want to ask you a couple questions about the NFL, if I may.
Yes, sir.
I know you're really, really close to Odell Beckham Jr.,
Mm-hmm.
and of course, he's out in Los Angeles now. And it's a shame because they were pitting him as an addition, but when Robert Woods went down, it became the replacement, and he's not the same type of receiver as Robert Woods is, in my opinion. And they're in for a big game against the Arizona Cardinals tonight on Monday Night Football. Have you spoken? I mean, without divulging anything personal or confidential or anything like that. I know you talked to him on his birthday, but has he spoken to you about his opportunity and what it's like to be in LA?
No, we really haven't talked much about that in particular. Like I said, I reached out to him and told him congratulations, and I knew he was excited about moving to LA. So we talked briefly or texted briefly about that move, and like I said, it was more so of a congratulating thing and wishing him luck for the rest of the season. But just through the text, I can tell he was excited to be out there and just grateful and looking forward to the opportunity. So I think, like I said, as he warms up and get comfortable in the offense, I expect him to start doing big things, in my opinion.
Yes, he's already started doing that. He caught a bomb against the I want to say it was the Jaguars last week, and he's going against a Cardinals team that kind of handed it to him, or handed to the Rams the first meeting of the year. Of course, he was still in Cleveland. Dang, I can't get it out, and I do a show with those guys twice a week.
Yeah.
So, and then the other thing I wanted to ask you about was, one of your former teams, the Kansas City Chiefs, and as you can see, I'm still repping the town,
no doubt,
and Vegas at the same time. But I know you had to have seen what the Raiders did on the logo at at Arrowhead. Did you see that?
I did, and of course that's pregame antics and all that stuff. When we say that don't matter before the game, but when you do something that disrespectful, you kind of add fuel to the fire, in my opinion. So I think we call that bulletin board material.
Right.
And that's basically putting bulletin board material in your face. You amp me up even more before the game. So not saying that's the reason the final score was what it was, but it didn't help.
Well, as a long diehard Raider fan, and as one who grew up the first part of his life in the town, who would get cracked on by people like your dad because I sounded different, and still sound different. It's all good. We love. This love is all love. And seeing what I saw yesterday, particularly on the first play of the game, when Josh Jacobs fumbles the ball and then they pick it up, I knew then it was going to be over. And then the other interception by your boy, the Honey Badger, when the ball went off the tight end, Foster Moreau's hands, he had it. And then it just, I mean, this dude he's got to have magnets on his hands or something because the ball just finds him wherever.
Oh yeah, he's a ball hawk, what we call. So he always run to the ball. And when you run to the ball, we always heard what good things happen. The ball always find
you. Yeah. Well, I think he's cheating. I'm just joking, nephew. I know you're still cool with them cats, man. So don't tell them what I said.
No, they're good.
All right, man. Look, I got something right here I want to run by you. You tell me what you think of when you hear this.
Mm-hmm.
Come after me. I'm a man. I'm 40. I'm not a kid. Write something about me.
What comes to your mind when you hear that?
Hey man, that's my head coach. He'll do any and everything for these kids. That was what 10, 15 years ago, and he'll still do the same to this day. So man, I think that's awesome. And that was one of the reasons that I want to come here, when I know that I have a guy like that when maybe times ain't going well, that'll have my back. Not only while I'm playing, but when I'm done with the game of football. And obviously you can see I wanted to get into coaching, and look where I'm at, man. He got me an opportunity as a young man to come back and do what I love to do. So, man, I thank the world of that guy, man. And I appreciate everything he does for this university and for this team, and for my family as of now. So, man, I'm excited to be back in Stillwater.
Stillwater, Oklahoma. Boy, it ain't Bloomington, and it's not Monroe. And it's not New York or Denver or Houston or wherever all those other places you've been. So
hey, you making me reminisce. I guess I have been a lot of places.
That's what I said before we came on. You big time. Yeah. You the big time one.
I'm gonna say that you the big time. I'm just living in your world.
Okay. I'll take that pat on the back.
I need some barbecue too next time I come your way.
Hey, you know what, man? All you got to do is say the word. Perfect. All you got to do is say the word. I mean, Stillwater is what, about 6 hours from here?
No, it's close to that. 3.5, 4. I can be in Allen, Texas in 3 hours.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I thought it was like 5 or 6 hours from here. Where however long it is, man, you always welcome. Just let me know when you coming through, and I will get the grill sparked up. I call it the ones and twos because that's my DJing prowess there.
Awesome.
All right, nephew. Before we get out of here, man, anything else you wanted to give to the people? Any final thoughts? How they can reach you, see you, kick it with you, holler at you, skate with you, all that?
Yeah, my Twitter handle is mhunter17. IG Michael Hunter 39. Man, go give me a follow, and like I said before we got on, and it's always an honor and pleasure to be on the ShakeBack Media Group and talking to. So, man, anytime, I'm elated every time you ask me. So, man, I appreciate it, and have a good night. And everybody, hello, who's watching.
All right, man. I appreciate your time because I know how valuable it is. So, with that being said, we're going to get on up out of here for Michael Hunter Jr., a.k.a. Coach Scoop. Yes, Willie F. Jr., ShakeBack Media Group, man. Y'all take care of each other. Y'all hug each other. Y'all love each other. And we will talk to y'all again real soon. Peace. We out.